Hey, now streaming on live YouTube. Okay, here we go. Let's start this webinar. Okay, what's up, Erie? What's up, Erie? It's Luke Bollinger, Development and Neighborhood Services Division Manager for Erie Parks and Recreation. Happy 2024. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. I know here in Erie, we're gearing up for a very busy 2024. And part of that is the launch of the 2024 Erie Neighborhood Improvement Program. If you don't know what Erie Neighborhood Improvement Program, or ENIP as I'll sometimes refer to it, it's a program that we created in 2023 to help HOAs or metro districts with aging infrastructure such as playgrounds, site amenities, landscaping, irrigation, things of that nature. So we recognize that sometimes HOAs can't fully fund a new playground for their park, but we recognize the importance of having public parks, pocket parks, particularly in neighborhoods. So we created this program for HOAs to get some additional funding. So that is ENIP. What Neighborhood Navigators episode 2 here today is going to do is I'm going to briefly walk you through where to find the application, a brief overview of the project, and then next month we'll have a more in-depth webinar where it'll be a little bit more interactive, and we'll be able to answer live questions about the program once you have a little bit of chance to dive into it a little bit. So let's head over to my shared screen here, and we'll talk a little bit about where to find the 2024 ENIP application. So great resource for any questions that you may have had. That's erieco.gov. Just go to the website. And I always encourage people, if you've got questions about anything in the town, go to erieco.gov first. It's a great resource for information. We're in the process of looking at updating our website a little bit. So it might look a little bit different, but it's a great resource for questions about what's going on in Erie. So we're talking about community here. So we're going to hover over this tab right here in the middle of the screen. And then we're going to scroll down here to resources for HOAs right here. So if you have questions about HOAs, great place to start. So we're going to click on this link right here. And this is really a good landing page, like I said, for all things really HOAs. We're going to work this 2024 to update our maps and programs so we have a little bit more clarity on some map things. But we're talking today about the Erie Neighborhood Improvement Program, which is displayed prominently right here on the left side of the screen. So we're going to click that, and now we're in it. So this page really explains what the Erie Neighborhood Improvement Program is, what types of projects are eligible, and really what ENIP is really, it's a way to enhance our neighborhood's quality of life, ensure continued access to quality playgrounds and pocket parks through investments in capital infrastructure projects. That's really, what does that exactly mean? Hey, we need a new playground, and hopefully the town can help fund it through this program. So what kind of projects are eligible? What can my HOA, whether I'm a resident or maybe I'm the president or secretary or vice president, whatever your role is within your HOA, take a look at this and see maybe what projects are eligible within your community. Really, we're looking at playground structures or play amenities. So maybe your whole playground is in need of a refresh. Maybe it's the play surfacing. Maybe you have old pea gravel, or maybe that surface that's not really conducive to, really active or engaging play. Side amenities. Maybe you need new trash cans or park fixtures or bike racks, things like that. Those are eligible. Landscaping improvements, including irrigation upgrades and xeriscape improvements. So really quickly, I want to touch on the xeriscape improvements. There's actually quite a bit of programs here in Colorado, a few that are very town of Erie specific that you can apply for xeriscape transformation projects. If you're looking at this type of project and you're looking at those other programs, see if there's a way to leverage maybe that program's funding with this program's funding. That's a huge thing for the Erie Neighborhood Improvement Program, is combining different programs to achieve a greater goal. So we'll go into a little bit more detail when we get into maybe the budget, when we do our Neighborhood Navigators episode 3, diving into a little bit more about the application requirements. But keep that in mind as you're maybe kind of looking at this from a from the 10,000-foot level. So who can apply? Well, it's really open to HOAs and approved special districts. We're not going to fund a playground in your backyard or in your neighbor's backyard or anything like that. So it's going to be one of these organizations here. And then look at the process. That really lays out kind of what process actually looks like and how we get to the actual reimbursement. And that's one thing I want to point out with the Erie Neighborhood Improvement Program. It is a reimbursement. It's not necessarily a grant, which means you have to really complete the project before you're reimbursed for those funds. So looking right here under Get Started, you'll see the 2024 application is live, and then a couple documents here, the sample budget and sample resolution, which we're not going to get into today, but I wanted to make sure you knew exactly where to go. And then here's the email. If you have any questions about the ENIP program, you can click on this link or copy it into your email, and that'll send an email directly to our project team. So let's get into this application a little bit. Going to pop up here in our downloads, and it's no Word version right now, so it gives you the ability to edit that document before you submit it. We say, okay, we're going to enable editing. We're going to scroll in just a little bit here, and really it's just going to talk about what we just talked about: eligible projects, general guidance on reimbursement information, the process, the reimbursement requirements. So one thing I want to point out today is our town council has appropriated $100,000 for this initiative for 2024. That may not be the same for next year, so it's a year-to-year amount. So I want to point that out. So we have $100,000 to award in 2024. So it could be one project for $100,000, it could be two projects for $50,000, four projects for $25,000, like that math. It just depends on the amount and the quality of applications that we receive. So scrolling further down in the application, we have the timeline, talking about property ownership, public access, all the different kind of things that are basically a requirement in order to be considered for funding. And then we talk about reimbursement information, how that works. And then we get into the actual application. Again, we're going to go into a little bit more in depth of this application in February, and it'll be a little bit more interactive. But again, just really trying to give you a high level view to start considering for projects. So this is kind of your checklist. We have 4 items that are required, which is this project summary information form, the proposal narrative, the budget, and the resolution from your homeowners association or your Metro District board. There's a few voluntary items that you can insert into your application. They're not required, but highly encouraged. Those will help strengthen your application. And then we have, again, the contact information, how to submit, and then our schedule. This is what everybody's looking for. March 31st, 2024, these applications are going to be due. So hopefully you have a project in mind if you're looking to get funding out of this program. If you're not, it's really good to maybe start thinking about it. Maybe it's a 2025 project, but we want to see projects in 2024 that we call shovel ready, which means by this second meeting in May, when the town council awards the project, you'll be able to hit the ground running and complete that project by December. We really want to try to complete these projects within the same calendar year as the funding. So if you don't have a shovel-ready project, but maybe in 2025 you do, we encourage you to watch these videos and really start talking to your community about, hey, what's our priority for the next year. So as you scroll down a little bit more, we have project summary information. That's that first requirement. It's just basic information that we use internally. And then the proposal narrative. Again, we're not going to get into every single one. We have a maximum of 6 pages, so not a ton of writing, but these gives you a little bit idea of what we're looking for out of the quality application. So that's pretty much what I have for you. Like I said, it was a short episode today, but we really wanted to make sure that you all had information that the application is live and start looking at the application. And in February, if you've got questions, we can have a live webinar, or you can always email Erie Neighborhoods at erieco.gov for more information about the 2024 ENIP program. That's all for today for Neighborhood Navigators. I'm Luke Bollinger, your host. Thank you, and we will see you next month.